In a faraway realm, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a beautiful young girl named Cinderella. She was kind, gentle, and had a heart full of love. Unfortunately, her life was not as happy as her heart. Cinderella's mother had passed away when she was very young, leaving her in the care of her stepmother and two stepsisters. As the years went by, her stepfamily grew jealous of Cinderella's beauty and kindness. They made her do all the housework, from sweeping the floors to washing the dishes, while they lounged around in fancy dresses. Despite the endless chores and the cruelty of her stepfamily, Cinderella never lost her warm and loving spirit. She found solace in the company of the birds and mice that lived in the house. They became her friends and helped her whenever they could. One day, an invitation to a grand royal ball arrived at the house. The king's son, Prince Charming, was searching for a bride. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were overjoyed and spent all their time getting ready for the ball. They left Cinderella behind, covered in ashes, as they gleefully went on their way. Cinderella sat in her dusty rags, tears streaming down her face, wishing she could attend the ball and meet the prince. That's when something magical happened. A beautiful fairy appeared before her. With a wave of her wand, she transformed Cinderella's tattered clothes into a magnificent gown, and her old broom became a sparkling carriage. The fairy warned Cinderella,
"Cinderella, you must remember this. The magic I'm giving you will only last until midnight. You must leave the ball before then."
Cinderella thanked the fairy and headed to the ball in her enchanting carriage. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, everyone was captivated by her beauty and grace, including Prince Charming. They danced the night away, and Cinderella felt like the happiest person in the world. But as the clock struck midnight, she remembered the fairy's warning and had to rush away from the palace, leaving behind a single glass slipper. As she fled, she lost the other glass slipper, but she had no choice but to leave it behind. The next day, Prince Charming set out to find the owner of the glass slipper. He went from house to house, trying the slipper on every maiden in the kingdom. When he arrived at Cinderella's house, her stepsisters tried to fit into the delicate shoe, but it was too small for them. Just when it seemed all hope was lost, Cinderella's tiny friends, the mice and birds, managed to retrieve the other glass slipper. Prince Charming tried it on Cinderella, and it was a perfect fit. Cinderella's stepmother and stepsisters were filled with shock and jealousy as the prince declared Cinderella his true love. Cinderella and Prince Charming were married, and they lived happily ever after in the grand palace. Cinderella's kindness had been rewarded with love, and she never forgot the magic that had changed her life. And so, children, remember that no matter how difficult life may seem at times, kindness and a loving heart will always lead you to your own happily ever after. The end.